Home Box Office takes a brief intermission and will return on the hour with our next feature presentation.
A company has come to the Caribbean to film a classic tale of imagination, one in which conjecture comes frighteningly close to reality.
I was standing the other day in the field of this enormous grass here, looking way up toward the top of the hill, and it was one of the loveliest vistas. And I thought to myself, how strange it must be that I'm standing in the midst of this absolutely pristine, wild area that you don't associate with any kind of human being. And it's a little mad, but it's kind of what our film is about also.
Burt Lancaster is talking about St. Croix in the Virgin Islands, the location for a new motion picture called The Island of Dr. Moreau. H.G. Wells' story is being directed by Don Pate. It stars Burt Lancaster and Michael York.
What happened to Mr. Braddock?
Well, those creatures, what are they?
Well, how many were there?
Well, 2, 3, maybe 4. I don't know.
Control yourself, Mr. Braddock. You go back to the compound, that way.
What were they? That's a cut. Print. And
The story, written in 1896 by H.G. Wells, is a presagement on the part of Wells as to what the future could possibly entertain in terms of what science may go after. In this particular case, the story specifically deals with a character who is attempting to invade what we now know as the DNA, the molecular structure, the genetic structure. I have proved, almost proved, the existence of a cell particle that controls the living organism. This serum contains the distillation of a biological code message, a new set of instructions for the cells, erasing the natural instincts of the animal. Some surgery, a few implants into various organs, and he should grow to resemble almost any creature we please. In this case, a human being. The character, Moreau, was attempting to change animals into men. He was seeking, in other words, the secret of life. That's something that today they feel they know a good deal about or are on the verge of making great breakthroughs. So from that point of view, the story has a particular interest in today.
This is human. This is man. This is law. His law!
Richard Basehart plays a wolf Dr. Moreau is turning into a human. He describes what he undergoes each day to become half human, half animal.
Well, I get up at about 3:30 in the morning. I arrive on the set at 4:30. Then it's 4 solid hours in the makeup chair. I'm ready for shooting about 8:30. This is a complete mask across here. This whole area. It's sort of a rubber that's put on. And then the hair is laid over there, and we change the appearance of the teeth somewhat. And the hair is put here. All of which takes about 4 hours.
There are many unique specialists assigned to the film. Makeup artists who create the masks and costumes for the realistic human animals, and young trainers with a talent for working with wild beasts. Ralph Helfer owns all these animals. He and his crew have a unique way of working with exotic beasts. Under the watchful eye of Helfer and the other trainers, Michael York puts their system to the test.
The script is asking for things that have probably never been filmed before. I think the most important thing is that we do it without any harm to the animals or to the people. It's all done in a wonderful atmosphere and a wonderful flavor of a man-animal relationship. It's kind of nice. You can only do that kind of work with affection training. There's no other known method of training that works without getting a person severely hurt. But then all of the animals have been brought up on the affection training program. It's the only way that a picture like this could even be done. We can show you an attack.
Okay, Carl.
There he goes. Here we go.
I must say, in the course of working with this film, I've become totally fascinated by these creatures. I mean, the chance, the bizarreness, the whole extraordinariness of swimming in the water with a bear or a tiger, not inside a circus cage or behind bars, but in an almost natural habitat is, for me, is something remarkable.
They have learned to fight with these men and make it look like a fight. the lions and the bears, they'll fight. And it's controlled play to them, but it's I wouldn't get in there. I know that. The tiger's marvelous. They give you the feeling they're big pussycats.
Many questions.
Yes, I suppose I do. I was told you belonged to Moreau.
Barbara Carrera and Michael York are thrown together as they try to escape from the bizarre island of Dr. Moreau.
He's very good to me.
The thing that attracted me most to the film was the cast, the fact that it was H.G. Wells, who's someone who's very respected around the world, and also the fact that there's only one female in the film, and that's myself.
Essentially what the story is a morality tale. It says, rather specifically, how far can you allow the scientific mind to grow or to move ahead at the risk of the dehumanization of the human being as proper. And indigenous in that kind of an approach, and this is true, as we know, from the Hitlerian concept and the dictatorial concept of leaders of the past, when power becomes such an important matter to them, it becomes totally corruptible. This is what happens to the character Moreau. I forgive you, Mr. Braddock, for wanting to escape. I hope that you will forgive me for what I'm about to do. All the work that I've done brings me time and again to the same barrier. No matter how far I take my creatures, they begin to revert. But they can't tell me what's happening inside their bodies when that occurs. Until now. You will explore that in the battlefield, that war of the cells, and bring back the knowledge. The ultimate knowledge. To become an animal. No! You see, it's happening already. No! No! You are an animal. So he thinks of himself as a gentleman, as a very rational person, as a person of concern and care. He refers to his animals as noble creatures, the ones that he's working on. Created you.
The fertile imagination of H.G. Wells has enlarged on one of the most frightening subjects known to mankind, the mutation of life to a different form. On an exotic island in the Caribbean, a movie company is blending its efforts to project this idea into a monumental piece of entertainment called The Island of Dr. Moreau.
The moment we tamper with nature and break that particular kind of structure and that particular kind of ultimate direction that the cosmic world wishes to take on its own, perhaps we're dealing in something we shouldn't. And this is, I think, a lot what Wells had in mind.
Concludes our intermission. The next feature begins momentarily.